Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for video number 2, brother! Video number 2 on this Thursday evening, getting close to Thursday night. Sun's not even down yet, it's going down now, but... So we'll call it a Thursday evening, July the 24th, 2025. Thank you all for watching video number 2 on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Hopefully we'll get to 850 by next weekend, or by Labor Day weekend. We'll see what happens with that. We're about 7 away. So, subscribe now, and let's get over that hump of getting to 850, and then we'll go on to 901,000, hopefully by sometime next year. Maybe by WrestleMania, we'll see. But subscribe to my channels, all down below on the gobbledygook. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. If you miss anything, you're SOL, bitch. And you know what that means. If you don't know what it means, look it up. Stop being a lazy fuck on the internet. Look it up, that's why we have Google. But if you're a lazy fuck, then you're a lazy fuck. That's why your girlfriend's been DMing me so much, because you're a lazy fuck. They want it all night long. That's why they come to the right place. Especially you know who. Especially today. But, we move on. With that. Share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that bell. And if you're brand new here, well, for the first time, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, get up the cold one, put your feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, go fuck yourself. And that's that. Alright, happy Thursday, everybody. We're about to close out the final official weekend. Well, I guess you can call it the official weekend, because next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the unofficial end of July into the start of the dog days of August. So what do you want to do? So the final official weekend of July is upon us. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And hopefully we can get over this crazy, crappy week where we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner on Monday. We lost Ozzy, basically God, yesterday. And today we lost Hulk Hogan, brother. So... 3 deaths in the span of 4 days. That death triangle really hit hard. And also we lost, not a big, I don't know this guy personally, but somebody told me Chuck Mangione, he's a very famous jazz trumpeter. He passed away the same day as Ozzy. Don't know him? Don't care that much. But, God rest his mighty soul, and he's playing trumpets up in heaven. Also, last week, I forgot to mention, we lost Connie Francis, big country singer. So to everybody, all the faithful departed, may you rest in peace and kick ass up there. And that's that. But Hogan's loss today was really big. Check out my video down in the description box. Check out my Ozzy video before that, too. So I'm still shaking up about Ozzy. Trying to get over Hogan's death. So, back to back. In the span of 2 days, we lost God and the God of Wrestling, Hulk Hogan, brother. So, we had that. So, WWE did say they're gonna be doing a tribute, some type of tribute tomorrow on SmackDown for the Hulkster. I think they did something just now for TNA. They put up a graphic. So, good job, TNA and Ring of Honor. That's that. Alright, but like I said, I hope everybody had a great day, and if not, well, fuck you. I had a great day because I got new teeth. Look at that. Permanent teeth, baby. I got my smile. That smile's back, baby. It sucks, I'm trying to eat, and it kind of... I have a little bit of an overbite, I don't know why, but... I have to talk about that with my dentist next week, because I have to get my bottom teeth now done. don't know if I have to get a bridge on the bottom. That's gonna suck, because now my bottom teeth are gonna be like blown up with the Novocaine and the numbing thing. Ugh. But that's what happens when you neglect your teeth for so long, like I did. And I paid for it. Well, thankfully I didn't pay for it that bad. But I don't know how much my insurance is covering. I don't know, man. I haven't got a bill or anything yet, but I'm thinking I'm covered for now, unless I get a big, huge bill. And I'm like, fuck that. I ain't paying you shit. It is what it is. That's the price you pay for being an ass like I am, and neglecting things like my teeth. Sometimes when I don't give the missus the good stuff, she gets mad. I mean, really mad. I won't get ass for like a week. I'm like, come on now! Come on, it's ready. He's ready. I mean, come on, let's go. Let's have some monkey sex. He goes, no! No for you! I'm like, well, fine, you get no dick then. And you miss it. No vitamins for you! But we move on with that. Alright, anyway, but, yeah, new teeth, new smile. I feel good! Because when you feel good, you look good. I know, that's reversed, but when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you look good. That's a commercial. Fuck you for this. That's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this hot Thursday, it's going to be hot tomorrow. Jeez. 95 degrees tomorrow. Oy, oy, oy. What are you going to do? It's the summer. The hot days are coming too. The dog days of August before we even hit. We're like 5 weeks, under 5 weeks away from Labor Day weekend. A month away till the unofficial end of summer. And then you'll be like, by the time end of September, early October hits, you're like, hey, what happened to the 80s and 90s? Depending on where you live, you might not get anything. Shit. You might get some snow by the time we get October, Minnesota. But hopefully where you are, it's not raining like crazy like down south. Some places got a lot of rain, and they only had, I believe, 4 tropical storms this year. But by the time we hit August 8th or 10th, that's when it really ramps up. So if you're down in Florida or the Carolinas or even up here, you gotta think about it. But hopefully, nothing around my neck of the woods, and hopefully not down south where some people live. But wherever you may live, if you're living down south in Florida or the Carolinas or even DC, Baltimore area, just watch the tropics every once in a while. But as we get to August and September, that's when it really kicks in. October, not so much. Because it starts going down, and then by November, we're like, hurricanes? But especially Puerto Rico, gotta watch out too. East has been following the tropics, so hopefully nothing there in the next month or so. Especially next weekend, because she's going to SummerSlam. We don't want to hear a hurricane coming on SummerSlam weekend down there. But she'll have a different hurricane, if you know what I mean. Right, Roman? But I digress. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Right now. Now. We're talking about now. Everything's happening now. It's happening now. But what happened today, we don't care. Go away. But right now, it is time for your NXT review. Your late and out-of-date NXT review from July 22nd, 2025. We're in H-Town, Houston, Texas. Scare them Cowboys that day. From the 713 Music Hall, the 713 Music Hall. Little winky-dink hall, huh? Not like the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago. What's I call it? Medieval times! Jack, we're going to medieval times! Jack! Got your water, Ozzy? Water. God bless you, Ozzy. I miss you! Dad! He is my dad. I'm not lying about that. As I told you before, I'm the adopted Osborne. So yes, I am going to the wedding of Kelly and Sid. Not going to the funeral, obviously can't, but yes, far away. I don't even know where he's going to be buried. I don't know if he's going to be in Los Angeles or he's going to be in Birmingham, in England. Probably be in England. That's where he grew up, in Birmingham. Or as he calls it, Birminghamshire. But I expect the funeral hopefully be broadcast, but who knows? Not many funerals have been broadcast in the music realm. Not many, but hopefully Ozzy's will. But if not, then we'll pay respects on the day he gets buried. That's it. Alright, back to NXT. Alright, from the 713 Music Hall in Houston, Texas, NXT, pretty damn good show. Big rating, too, almost getting right near that 800,000 mark. You know why? Because the GOAT of all GOATs of the modern era, The Undertaker, showed up and whooped Trick's ass. Sorry, Trick. Don't mess with The Undertaker in pretty much his home state. Because he does live in Texas now. He used to live in Death Valley, now he moved to Texas. Why do you move from Death Valley? I don't know why, but maybe it's too hot down there, jeez. I know Death Valley gets like 130 in the shade. That's without the heat index. Or the humidity. I don't know how people live there. No wonder they call it Death Valley. I digress. Anyway, our commentary team, once again, the man with the creepy jacket, lots of Starburst candy, Vic Joseph, Corey Slave, and the man from Houston, the hometown boy. The man who smokes more fucking weed than you do. That's a fact. That's the two-time Hall of Famer. Oh yeah, man, the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. The man who simps for Stephanie McCord. Oh yeah. Yeah. Ah. That's Booker T, sucker. Alright. Our usual Tuesday night crew. So where do we begin? Alright, so we started the show with no Booker T. You're like, hey, where'd Booker go? Is he sleeping in the back? Is he catering? What happened? He's from Houston. But then we hear his voice, and he comes out and introduces us to the show, botches Blake Monroe's name. Said some other name, someone with an M in. It was like Michelle Monroe or something like that. But that's another indie star. How do you mess that up, Booker? Come on. Anyway, get a preview of the evening. And then we go to an 8-person mixed tag match. Obviously, mixed match rules. Women face the women. Men face the men. Bullshit! I want to see a woman get her ass handed to her. Like the old days when men were beating the fuck out of women. And actually, take that back. Women were beating the fuck out of men. But I digress. Alright, so we have the NXT Tag Team Champions, Hank and Spank, teaming up with the NXT Women's North American Champion and the Speed Champion, the resident surfer girl, So Ruka, and Delta combined as Del Ruka. Or Zaruka, Zarya. Pfft, stupid name. To take on the cuckling of Shawn Spears, Nico, Bookie Hogan 2.0, Izzy Dame, and the creepy girl, Tatum Paxley. Alright. Decent match. And then all 4 people in the ring, Izzy and Soul, hit big flippy dippity-doos to the floor. Like, everyone's like, yay! And then Delta hits an F5 on Shawn Spears. And then Spears Tatum Paxley basically out of her freaking top, basically. And then the lights go out. Sabu! No, not you, Sabu. I'm sorry. Not you. Not you. No. Stay. Okay, stay. Anyway, the lights go out. Dark State shows up for what reason? And that led to Tatum Paxley knocking Zarya out cold with her doll. I wonder what was in that doll. It was like spikes or some shit. A Barbie doll knocks a person out. Great. Alright, whatever wins. I'll fart and somebody falls down and go, 1, 2, 3. Rosa will sit on somebody and I'll pin him. She'll do the Yokozuna splash. Yokozuna! She'll do it too. She will sit on your chest and face in a bad way. Because you won't breathe and you won't live to see that. So, don't fuck with me and my family. And hers too. But I digress. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so the Coupling get the win over Del Ruca and Hank and Spank. Nobody gave a flying fuck. So, 2.5 out of 5 stars. We move on. Alright, then we can look at Jacy Jane winning the TNA Knockouts title at Slammiversary. Now she becomes a double champion. Then we go outside the parking lot, the ever popular parking lot. Ava Raine tells her security guards to not let Jordan Grace in the building. Yeah, that's gonna work. When somebody tells you not to let people in the building, you don't let them in. But does that work? No. Ray, when someone tells you, if you're God, you say yes! I couldn't help it. Fuck you, Ray. I love you, man. Fuck you, Ray. Alright, moving on. Alright, speaking of Jacy Jane, she comes out with Fallon, don't call her Don Henley, and my girl, Jasmine Nix. Fuck you, boyfriend. I seen your fucking TikToks with her. Thinking you're great. I mean, if you're happy, great, but she should be with me. Just saying. Jasmine, give me a call. Anyway. So, Fatal Influence comes out. JC brags about being the greatest women's, brags that women's wrestling today, is great. Well, it is. And says, no one believed in her, but look at me now! I'm Mandy Rose 2.0! Basically, you're Mandy 2.0, but less hot. Mandy's, whew. I mean, JC, if you did OnlyFans, then I give you some respect, but no. I mean, you have a black boyfriend, that's, I mean, it's one thing. I mean, hey, if you like the big BC, I mean, go ahead. I'm just saying, us Italian guys we're right here. You don't like what you get? You know, we got assortment down there. I'm just saying, so, JC, Jasmine, even you, Fallon, can get the D. Just hit me up in my DMs, baby. I'm on Twitter all the time. I follow you, so hit me back. Anyway. Everyone wants to find their place in history, but look who's the double champion. And then, Last Legend! Get shit done! She was looking fine. She comes out saying, it's my time to lash out, no pun intended. And he's like, I want one of those belts. And then Miss Parker comes out. Cheetah! Parker! She comes out and says, hey, I want one of those too. And then basically he says, Casey's like, hey, you girls figure it out already. And then jumps Lash to start a big, huge brawl. With basically Lash and Jada wipe them out. And then Jada and Lash continue to argue. But guess what? I bet you they're gonna tag. Can they coexist? I don't know. You know what's coming. Somebody called Teddy Long. Player. You're gonna go one-on-one with The Undertaker. Pretty much. Alright, there we see Absolute Ricky Starks. He's in the back. We see Bouncy Javon Evans all night taking notes. I wonder why. I got an idea! Not that your idea works, Javon, but anyway. So he gives Bouncy some advice for later. Okay. And then Bouncy kind of gives him some advice about Jasper Troy, the pasta. So, not pasta, pastor. When I say it, pasta. I say it like a Baptist priest. And the pasta, Jesus Christ, the Lord, a new day. Hallelujah. Praise God. Okay. Now I'm going to get letters. I don't care. I believe in Jesus Christ, the Lord. And when I'm wearing a cross, I'm going to get baptized Oz and we will fight! No, that's a different song. Here's in this moment, by the way. Love you guys. They gave Rosa a nice little present today. Not that type of present, but you know, gave her a good DM in her social media pages. But anyway, moving on. But thank you guys for giving my woman her flowers. Let's say. Moving on. Alright, then we go to the back. We have Catchpoint 3.1 still arguing. My girl Maddie Winkowski about to die because she has to take on Blake Monroe later. But we have Mr. Eagle's son Charlie Dempsey and the guy that's still in Catchpoint 3.1, Tavion Heights. They're there. They're giving Maddie a pep talk for her match. And then Miles, so call him Ozzy Osbourne. Well, I guess you can call him Ozzy. Well, can't really, but you know. But Baby Orton, Miles Ozzy Osbourne, he comes in, gives Ren a little pep talk himself. Then they leave, and then Lexus King comes in with his stupid fucking headphones, still looking for something. I'm like, what are you doing? He's kicking like things around. I think we saw an arcade. I don't know what game that was. Was it Galaga? Pac-Man? Miss Pac-Man? Mortal Kombat? I don't know. There was an arcade there, I think. Or maybe I missed it. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we get the Absolute Ricky Starks and the Pastor Jasper Troy. It's an okay match. They fight up the ramp. And, man, Ricky Starks got his ass handed to him. He got put down on the ramp. And then they're going back to the ring. Referee's counting to 10. And then all of a sudden we hear clunk. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the camera didn't even show anything. And then we see Ricky Starks like fell through the stage. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Fucking cameraman. Maybe they built it wrong. I don't know. And then Jasper's like the referee comes out because he sees what happened, saw what happened. And then Jasper's like, alright. So senton splash on Ricky through through that opening in the ramp. And then Jasper like barely makes the count, and then Ricky got counted out. I'm like, shit, how the fuck did stage fall apart? I mean, creative finish, okay, I'll go with the count out, but how the hell did he fall through the stage? I mean, come on! What are we missing, cameraman, you fucker? And you say, oh, AEW production sucks. Fire that cameraman, Jesus Christ. Even commentary even said it. I was like, oh, Ricky fell through the stage. What happened? How did he fall? And then we see him on the ground underneath the freaking stage. I'm like, ow! How did that happen? How? Fucking cameraman. If I'm freaking Hickenbottom in the back, I'm like, cameraman, what the fuck are you doing? You're fired. Get him out of here. I mean, I know the action is fast and furious and it's hard to be a cameraman sometimes, but come on. Somebody falls through the stage, you don't see that? You don't... What are you doing? Did you see a hot chick in the crowd and forgot? Fucker. Anyway, moving on. Alright, Jasper wins by count out. Alright, Chick Whitty! Shovel, the TNA champ, still ready to deal with being called out by The Undertaker. And he doesn't like Javon Evans' comments about that. Javon, you need to shut up. Bouncy. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, then commentary pays tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. We love you, Oz. Religiously, we love you. Here's a fun fact. I've been playing the Ultimate Sin on fucking loop. And No Rest for the Wicked. With the bonus song that nobody knows about. Unless you know Ozzy lore. there's a bonus track nobody knows about called Hero. It's not on the track list, but there is a track called Hero. If you have the regular version, it's not there. If you have the remastered version, it's there. Now, obviously, you have the deluxe edition, it's there too. And he only played it, I think, a few times live. Even in the new, I think the 80s he played it a few times. I know he did it with Zach, I forgot what year. I think it was around that time, or maybe a little bit later. He actually did that song. I'm like, wow, this is an obscure, deep cut we haven't heard. Which is rare for Ozzy, going way back to a song that he never did live, or has done live, but not in a while. He didn't do Believer for a while. That's a Randy Rhoads epic song. And then he kind of brought it back in the later 90s and early 2000s, especially at Budokan. I'm like, damn! And Zach played the fuck out of that song. Woo! But there's some songs, I mean, especially on Bark in the Moon, Bark in the Moon, yeah, that's one. But there's a few songs on Bark in the Moon I would love to hear live. Like So Tired, or can't think of the other ones. He did play Killer Giants one time, but not with Jakey Lee, obviously. He played Ultimates. He played Shot in the Dark a few times. Ultimate Sin, I think he did once in like the last 20 some odd years. Yeah, Lizzie Hale did it at the tribute show. Jake could barely play it because, he got shot and he can't feel his arms, and, it was hard for him to play. I felt bad for the guy who was there, and for Ozzy's sake, he was there. But, playing, he just looked really off. And you could tell, because he got shot and everything. Thankfully, he lived through that, but I think his guitar playing days might be over, I don't know, but he did play good, but not great. I mean, he could barely even hit the solo on Ultimate Sin. It's a hard solo for him. I mean, for him back in the day, it was easy. Now it's like, forget it. Eddie Van Halen in his grave could play that. I think Zach could hit it easy, but I don't know. Ask Zach to hit that, play that song. Zach! Zach! Ozzy, what? Zach! Look at my dick. What was wrong with it? I don't know. I can't get it up anymore. The two girls are showering us. I can't believe he told that story. When Zach was doing the book tour for his book, Metal to the Masses. Why? I mean, why? It's funny, but still. That whole book is funny with all those Ozzy stories of him and Oz on the road. It was just hilarious. You gotta buy the book. And October, I believe, the new Ozzy memoir is coming out. So, please buy that if you love Ozzy, like I do. I had the first book, I Am Ozzy. Great book. Can't wait for the second one to come out. I was hoping he'd be alive, so maybe if he goes to Barnes & Noble's around my way, or not my way, but in Union Square, I'd go there. And I get there early. He could have a 7 o'clock fucking book signing. The line would be like down the block by the time I get like 4 o'clock. So I get there at 3. And I just wait. Make sure my battery's charged, and hopefully, and I shut it off for a while, but by the time I get, like 6 o'clock comes and I'm about to go in and do the book signing and everything, well, I'll get the book beforehand, like a couple days beforehand, or the day of, or, a couple hours before the event. I would get the book, stand outside, wait, take a couple pictures, blah, 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 maybe buy a battery pack, so in case my phone battery goes bye-bye. Do that. So I want to, have batteries from when I take a picture with Ozzy, with the book, and he'll sign it. But I have one of Ozzy's. You gotta love it. It's Photoshop! No, it's not. It's an actual photo. I met Ozzy and you didn't. Fuck you. I met him a lot of times. I don't have a lot of pictures with Ozzy, but that one. So let me bring it back. This one will live with me forever. I still have the shirt too somewhere. If not, I'm gonna buy it again. God bless Ozzy fucking Osbourne. We move on. Alright, Trick Willie comes out. Brags about retaining the TNA title at Slammiversary last weekend over Joe Hendry. We said his name. He appears. Joe Hendry. Okay, and Mike Santana got robbed. He was disrespected by the LFG stars, who basically called in the Undertaker. So basically, he says, "Hey Taker, you never held two belts in two different companies, have you?" No. So Trick calls out the Undertaker for being turned soft by LFG. Uh-oh. So then, Biker Taker comes out in full Kid Rock music, by the way. I'm an American badass. Watch me kick. You can suck my dick. Basically. Alright, so he comes out. Takes like 20 minutes to get to the ring. Even at 50-something years old, still can't get to the ring fast enough. But anyway, he says, "Dead man walking," basically. And says, "Hey, is that real cowhide leather just asking for a friend?" Yeah, he's asking for himself. So Trick has everything except respect. I've been watching you, and this version of Trick, not the same as when Trick held the NXT title the first time. And with that attitude, you're going to lose your title really quick. And then that's when all the walls start crumbling down. And he's like, I try to teach my LFG team about attitude, but Trick's like, "I don't care about your fucking team." I'm like, "Oh, really? You're trying to be a Brock Lesnar? I don't care. I don't give a fuck about your kids." Damn, Brock. Brock Lesnar. And then nobody on that team or in WWE is a superstar like him. So Taker's like, "Alright, you want to step to me? I'll make you famous." So Trick's like, "Alright, try to make me famous. Okay, come on." Bad move, Trick. Because Trick gets promptly chokeslammed to hell. That's it. Braun Breaker knew that the hard way. Don't fuck with the GOAT. Just saying. Moving on. Alright, Fatal Influence. Not sure what to do about Jada Parker and Lash, but then Taker's wife, Michelle McCool, who's on LG as well, she comes in and says, "Alright, Fallon, you take on," I think Fallon's supposed to take on Jada. Something like that. I think Fallon's going to take on Jada, and poor Jasmine Nix has to fight Lash Legend. Well, something like that. One way or the other. Both of them are going to get beat. Should have shut your mouth and let JC handle it. But, well, it's good to see Michelle McCool. Hall of Famer. Moving on. Alright, then we get to Maddie Winkowski, my girl Maddie, taking on Mariah May, Blake Monroe, whatever you want to call it. Somebody called 3-minute warning, because it's 3 minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? Yeah, 3 minutes. Mariah May wins with that double arm DDT. Hey, we talked about Cactus Cack. Nick? What? She used your move. The double arm DDT. But she did it very nicely. Maybe I should offer her some Doritos. Fuck the Doritos already. God damn. They're very tasty. You should try it. I'll have some tomorrow, okay? Okay, you want to say goodbye? Goodbye, and have a nice day! Okay, get out of here. this, you fucker. Stop fucking around. Not now, Terry. Not you, Sabu, and not you, Hogan. I know you have the same fucking first name, but not now. Brother. Brother. You know, Hogan's talking to God right now. Probably hanging out with Andre the Giant. The 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant. I wonder what that was telling when he got into the pearly gates. He told St. Peter, "What you gonna do, St. Peter, when Hulkamania wants wild on you?" I know I'm making fun, but okay. He's probably body slamming like Big John Studd in heaven. You know that's happened. I wonder what him and the Sheik would be doing up in heaven. Sheiky baby's having fun up there. Oh, fuck the Hulk Hogan! I'm gonna fuck you in the ass and make you humble. Roddy Piper's like, you're such a yo-yo! You know, Terry, I was cool before Roddy was cool. Next thing you know, they're singing na 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 na. They're doing a Land of 1,000 dances up there now. Jesus fucking Christ. Then again, Hogan might be singing Power Driver or some shit. Not Power Driver, sorry. He's singing, If You Only Knew What I Would Do to You. Some shit like that. They're having fun! Mikey's having fun. He's, Mike! What? Get in here. Alright, what? Hurry up. Why? You got something to do? I'm hanging out with Terry. Leave me alone. Alright, go hang out with Terry. Not Funk, I meant Hogan. Yeah, I told him how awesome he is. Then he showed me his python. Ugh. Mike, that's kind of vulgar. What? He showed me his arm. Oh, that. Bye. Bye! Okay. Alright, so Blake Monroe gets the win. Nobody cares. Then afterwards, she grabs the mic. Well, then Jordan Craze comes through the crowd. Yeah, like she was going to get banned from the building. Beats up these poor security guards from Walmart. But then Blake uses that distraction to hit a DDT on a chair on the outside of the ring. Ow! Why can't we find good security guards? I mean, even Atlas Security can't do shit. That's a fact if you've been to an ECW show. Especially in New York. Or Philly, for that matter, too. They suck. Good people. I met one guy. He's a good guy, He's a good guy, He let me actually go down to the ring doing an ECW show. Because I was sitting in a balcony. I was standing up. I'm like, Security guy's like, come with me. I'm like, okay. Not that, like that, He's like, come with me, and he got me, somebody, like, I don't know what happened. Either they never showed up to the event, or got kicked out, and I was right there, like, front row of the ECW show at the Elks Lodge. The Mecca. Not that bingo hall in Philly. Well, now it's known as the 2300 Arena, but at least the Elks Lodge bathroom didn't smell like shit. Ugh. Tell me when I'm telling lies if you've been to the ECW Arena. That bathroom smelled ungodly. There's not that much toilet paper there that much either, because if somebody had to take a shit, you're fucked. Especially at the PNC, you know that. You take a shit at the PNC and there's no toilet paper, you're screwed. Not that it happened to me, but I'm just saying. I've heard stories. Anyway, moving on. Alright, Ethan Page. Oh, Ego. He comes out with the North American title for his little celebration. He's been around the country, seen every location, but if his parents had raised him differently, because he came from Yugoslavia. Now it's known as the Czech Republic, I think. Or whatever it's called now. Slovakia. Who gives a shit? He might have been like every one of you. And he's like, this title will no longer represent North America, because it should be about Canada. So he breaks out the old Lance Storm thing. I'm going to become the Canadian national champion. Yay! Lance Storm's like sitting down like, you stole my gimmick. Alright, so we get this, the North American title, which has the Canadian colors. And then he starts singing, "Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love." Somebody call Kurt Hennig! No, he's not going to sing, "I like country music, I like country girls, I like Willie Nelson, and don't forget about Pearl. There's one thing that I hate, and it's a bunch of crap. I hate rap." Timeless classic. Love it. Alright, so he throws the title down, brings out the Canadian National North American title, whatever it's called. Insults America, praises Canada, goes into the Canadian National Anthem. He sings it by himself out of fear of somebody ruining it, some American butchering it. Don't say that to Kurt Hennig, though. Alright, then, so, he comes out, the TNA boss, the director of Dodge, "You son of a gun!" He comes out, and he talks about being Italian in the spirit of Rocky Balboa. "Hey, Mickey, Apollo, Mickey! Hey, Jen! I did it!" That's a real Italian, baby. Rocky Balboa, and I'm Italian, too. I'm a real Italian, full-blooded bitch. Who was born and raised in Canada. Okay. Hey, you can be Italian and live in Canada. I mean, it's great. At least you live in the good parts of Canada. Calgary, Ottawa, Toronto, fuck Montreal, fuck Edmonton, pretty much fuck Vancouver, too. You know why, if you're a Ranger fan. Fuck the Canucks. What the fuck is a Canuck? You Canucklehead. Actually, that's an X-Men term. Canuck. If you follow X-Men and you follow Alpha Flight, the comics, that's where Canuck came from. Because you know who said it. Wolverine. The greatest Marvel character ever! You think Thor's better than Wolverine? Thor could use all his lightning bolts and still can't kill Wolverine. Wolverine just get up every fucking time because of his mutant healing factor. That would be a good fight, though. Wolverine versus Thor. I don't know if it ever happened. Maybe a What If comic. Anyway, who knows? Alright, so he's born in Canada, and he says, "Next week, I get a title shot." Oh, goody. So Ian's like, "You know what? We don't have to wait till next week. We gotta do it right now. Right now." So he gives the belt to some stagehand. He gives his vest to the stagehand. About to turn around and... Cobra! And he just missed it. And Piggy's like, "Oh shit!" And he runs out of the ring, grabs his jacket, grabs his fucking belt. So next week on the program, we got a Canadian title match between Santino Malala and Ethan Page. So we got that. Alright. Excuse me. Alright. Then we got Trick Willie in the back, still feeling the after effects of that chokeslam from hell by The Undertaker. He runs into the NXT World Heavyweight Champion, the man from Wakanda, the Wuda, Oba, Hu, Femi. They have a little stare down, and then JC Jane comes in between them and goes like, "Excuse me." She's got a nice ace. Well, I know from experience. Shit, if I was like over, like, I would take a look-see. Because I'm the champ too, bitch. Alright, then we get the legend, Yoshiki Hinamura. He comes with the Bouncy to ask for some advice. With that triple threat match coming up at the end of the show. Hinamura isn't sure if he should have listened to Josh Briggs. You should, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. But Bouncy says, you're not a bad friend, you're a good guy. But the thing is, Inamura has his own code, and you can love someone and not like them, that's for sure. And then, Inamura seems to get it. Was like, yeah, I get it. Josh Briggs a bitch. I don't like you, but I will respect you. Later we have sushi. Alright, moving on. Alright, Charlie Dempsey tells Miles Ozzy Osbourne to get out of here. But then another legend, Bully Ray, who was on TNA Slammiversary, to come out, challenge the Hardys to a possible title match at Bound for Glory all the way in October. Long-term booking. Hopefully we get to see that in Lowell, Massachusetts, October the, is that the 19th, I think? Somewhere around that date. I have to check that. Anyway, so Bully Ray comes in and says Miles should stay here. And then he hugs Maddie. I wonder where that went. Maddie, here, girl. Maybe, I think Bubba Ray trained her or some shit. I don't remember. But anyway, he hugs Maddie, praises her for her efforts. And then he says, I'm going to get a match between Tavion Heights and Charlie Dempsey. So we're running it back again. And if the same fucking rules apply, if Tavion, if you win, you're out of Catchpoint 3.1. And basically, if Charlie Dempsey wins, you stay. Basically, same fucking shit. I'm like, why are we getting this again? Was it the third match now? Alright, so Bully Ray leaves, and then Lexis King comes in and says Miles isn't deaf. And is just trying to get sympathy points. And then Miles says, I wish you were mute. Ooh. Yeah, some fighting words. Let's see what happens with that. Alright, then we find out that my tribal chief, put up your ones, ladies and gentlemen, for our tribal chief, and acknowledge him! And acknowledge us, the prophecy, too. So Romans challenged Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, the team, whatever you want to call it, the Bronze, to a tag team match at SummerSlam. Will Big J, Uso accept? I guess we'll find out on Raw this Monday night. You better, Jay. I know the issues with him and Roman ever since Mania 40 have been really bad, but who was the first member of the Bloodline? Besides Roman and Paul Heyman, Jey Uso was the first guy. And then Jimmy came along after, basically, that whole Hell in a Cell thing. We remember. Patrick Floyd remembers, damn it. So, most likely, Roman and Jay will take on the Bronze, the B&B security, and beat them, stack, slam, pin those fuckers. And hopefully Heyman gets his butt kicked too. But that's a SummerSlam. Probably night 2. Not the main event, obviously, but it should be the main event, but it's not. Probably one of the co-main events for night 1 or 2. Probably be night 2. But we move on. Alright, then we go to the main event. Josh Briggs, Yoshiki Inamura, and Oba Femi for the NXT title in a triple threat match. Pretty good match. But in the end, 9.5 minutes, not long, because it wasn't that long of the show left. Briggs wins a slug out with Inamura, drops him with a clothesline, but Oba comes right back, hits Briggs with a fall from grace. Adios, good night. 1, 2, 3. Still our NXT champion, the Huda. Who? Oba. Who? Femi. And that's that. But wait, there's more. So we see Bouncy Javon Evans in the back, still looking what to do next. And then the Phenom, the Undertaker, comes in and says, go after the biggest dog in the yard. And he looks at, and Bouncy's like, So Bouncy's gonna go after Oba next? Did he already have a match with Oba and lost? It was like a triple threat match with Trick or some shit like that. You're gonna tell me Bouncy's gonna be the one to possibly take the belt off of Oba? Not even close. I don't think it's gonna be Bouncy. I hope it's not, but we got it. Alright, so that ends NXT. Great show with Taker there. For the price of admission, NXT gets 7.25 out of 10 stars. And that's it. Alright, guys, I am out of here. I'll be back a little bit later with your AEW review. And then I'm going to rewatch some TNA Ring of Honor. I know it's on now, but I'm missing it. But I got other things to do. So, blah, 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 blah. But we got that. Alright, guys, I am out of here. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace, brother.